Good morning, Bucknutters. Welcome to the Bucknuts Morning 5 here on Friday, December 15th, 2017. I am Dave Biddle, and I'm very happy to be joined by Jonah Booker, as usual on Fridays. J-Book, I want to talk again about the early signing period. You know, for years I thought it would be a good idea, and I used the college basketball example. Like, you know, if it works in college basketball, why wouldn't it work in football? And we finally have one. It's weird, though, in some respects to me that in basketball, you have it right before the season starts, which is the way I think it should be, whereas football, you're having it now December 20th through the 22nd, so next week we're going to have the first early signing period. For comparison's sake, J-Book, that would be like having like the early signing period in basketball like right before March Madness, like second week of March, right before the tournament starts. I mean, do you like the early signing period the way it is, or do you think it should be like in July or like early August right before the season starts?
I think it should be pushed up a little bit earlier, but in order to be able to push it up, you have to start the recruiting calendar earlier. You would need to be able to allow kids on the campus a whole lot sooner as far as official visits. But the thing is I understand why they have it where it's at right now, because if you look at all of the coaching turnover and the changes that's taken place, if a kid signs a letter of intent of agreement early on and that coach later on gets fired, that kid is still stuck in that agreement, and it would be up to the university to decide if they want to allow that kid to be released. So I understand why they have it. Football's just kind of a beast of its own, unique, because most coaches, they coach out the season, then they'll get fired. And then during that period where it's between bowl practices, that's when schools are looking to find their next coach. And so it has its plus and minuses, but I understand why. And for the kids that are already committed to that school, they're not looking to go anywhere place. There's coaching stability. It's a great thing because those kids, they can get the process done with, enjoy their senior year of high school. They don't have to worry about coaches calling and visiting all hours of the night for the next 2 months leading up to the February signing period. So it does have its plus and minuses, but I understand why they have it where it's at. The main reason is you see so many coaches being fired, and they want to give kids the most amount of time possible to make an educated decision if they want to still maintain their commitment to that university.
Now, everybody listening to us right now wants to know the Ohio State perspective. How does this affect the Buckeyes? And I thought it might negatively affect Ohio State. I still don't think it's going to positively affect Ohio State because Urban is the spatula. He likes flipping kids late in the process. But I don't think in this cycle, J-Book, as I analyze all the prospects that are in the mix right now, that Ohio State's looking at, that Ohio State's in on, I don't think it's going to have a negative effect on Ohio State this cycle. As you look at it, just what's your take on that?
You're right about the spatula comment. How many times the last several years have we seen Urban flip guys late into the process? Guys are clinging to the front row message board in late February to trying to see if a guy is going to flip to Ohio State. So you're not necessarily going to see that a lot. The benefit for Ohio State is they had the bulk of this class already committed pretty early on. So they had a good idea which guys are going to be signing early, which guys may end up flipping like cocks, and it kind of gives them a perspective where their recruiting board should be at. Now, in years come, it'll be interesting because I know Urban wants to be able to flip guys in the process that may have blossomed late, especially in the state of Ohio, like a guy like Rob Landers, who may end up signing early to somewhere else, whereas in years prior, if he held out, he could, he could get a second look from Ohio State. The one thing I'm going to be very curious about, are the kids who decide not to sign early. That's when you're going to see the sharks swimming in the water, because those kids who are committed to other schools and they don't sign, that's going to be open season, because that's going to be a telltale sign from the other coaches that this kid is open for business.
Tyreke Smith, ranked as the number 4 weak side defensive end in the country, number 59 overall player in the country, according to the 24/7 Sports Composite. Very high 4-star prospect, kid from Cleveland. Normally you'd think, well, Buckeyes offered him, he's going to be a Buckeye, right? Well, for months, as we all know, Penn State looked like they were leading. Now the Buckeyes look like they're back in front, Jay Book. Definitely trending in Ohio State's way. Just your thoughts on the Tyreke Smith situation.
Yeah, this is a huge development in this recruiting front. This class, they absolutely needed a stud defensive end. And for a while, like you mentioned, it looked like Penn State was going to be the landing spot for him. I don't know what happened on that visit, reading the Penn State insiders, but it sounds like the visit didn't go as well as planned. Now, there's a lot of speculation and rumors out there that he's not going to have an in-home visit with James Franklin for whatever reason. So for him to go on an official visit there and then turn around and not allow James Franklin in his house for an official visit, the eyes are kind of wide open on that one. Like I'm very curious to know what happened in that situation. But for Ohio State, it's a wonderful opportunity to get an elite defensive end, a position in need. Tyreke Smith, if he commits, he's walking into the 2 deep from day one once he hits campus, just because of the pure numbers issues that we have right now. So if he can commit to Ohio State, and I know Bill and Alex and them on the board said one of the attractive things with Smith was the depth chart for Ohio State, so he has the opportunity to play right away. So you have to love the way this is trending. I think Urban Meyer's going to go in on that home visit and close the deal.
Love it, love it, love it. Let's stay on the defensive line. Been a lot of negative recruiting about Larry Johnson. I tell you what, when Tommy Togiai committed, I'm seeing Larry Johnson raising the roof and jumping for joy. Jay Book, correct me if I'm wrong, that does not look like a man that is on the verge of retirement.
Absolutely not. I was thinking the same thing. And the guy, and if you notice, when he committed, Larry Johnson threw out a tweet out on Twitter saying that he can't wait to coach him. Now, Larry Johnson is not one to mix words. If Larry's saying I can't wait to coach him, that tells me he's definitely not going to be retiring. Obviously, the rumors are out there. Ohio State, everyone knows that Ohio State's been negatively recruited about Larry Johnson potentially retiring. The guys in the South, they're absolutely running with it. I truly believe a lot of people was in Brenton Cox's ear about that. A lot of people are speculating that the OE kid from New Jersey, people are saying that to him. Who knows, but it's out there. But if you watch that video of Larry Johnson and Urban Meyer, that tells you what type of excitement and passion he still has for this game and being able to recruit. I don't see him retiring. I mean, the guy he was just named the defensive line coach of the year by Football Scoop as well as 24/7. So the guy is still producing at a very high level. I would like to see him stick around for a couple more years. He's one of the best in the business, but I don't see him retiring. And I know I know we had on the boarding house, and a lot of people asked on the boards, well, how come he just won't come out publicly and say he's not retiring? Well, and from our indications are from sources, that's not who Larry Johnson is. He's not going to go out to Twitter because people are asking for him to make an official statement to try to quiet the rumors. The way they go about their business is it's a people business. He builds relationships with these kids. He builds relationships with their families. So those are conversations that Urban Meyer and Larry is having with these families and these prospects face-to-face in homes. Forget about going to go appease the other masses. Yes, they know they're going to get negatively recruited, but if you have a great relationship with the kids and the family, you're able to go ahead and sort through all the BS that's being spilled out there.
Great stuff, as always, from Jonah Booker. He is the man. You can catch J-Book's column every week on Bucknuts. It is outside Columbus. You can catch him on Twitter at JBook37. Thank you very much, Jonah, and thank you to all the listeners out there for tuning in to the show. I hope you have a great day and a great weekend. Happy holidays, everybody. Let's hear that Buckeye swag, best damn band in the land.